Okay, so I'm back because someone requested me do another video of the differences between May Geminis and June Geminis. Again, yes. And I will put the link in the description box for all of you guys that missed the first part. Now, I would say the differences. Okay, first of all, the May Geminis don't really expose their twin as much. But when they do, there is HE double hockey sticks to pay. There is a price tag that's on your behind, and you gonna have to pay it in full. Okay, so I just feel like the May ones has a potential to just really go off and be, when they get mad, and could be violent with going off and can get physical with going off and black out. Now, they both have a potential to do that. But I just feel like the May ones is like a ticking time bomb because they hold a lot more back. And there's, even though they'll say stuff too, they can be very upfront and direct and rude with what they say. That's not all, because all Geminis are not rude with what they say, but I'm just saying, I'm giving all the characteristics here. They can hold themselves back quite a bit and be less expressive, and to the point of where things stack up, and then they kind of explode, because they're not going to be, they could be communicative, but they're not as communicative about their personal feelings as maybe the June ones. And the closer the June ones get to the border of Cancer, they're going to be even more expressive emotionally. I feel like the May Geminis are also more practical with the approach that they take when it comes to like their finances, money, things of that nature. While I feel like they both can be big spenders, like to spend on things that they see and they think they're going to use, the May ones are going to be a little bit more practical with how they handle money and relationships. So they're going to want their independence, both of them. But I feel like the June Geminis is going to be the ones that's going to be more of going from partner to partner until they find the right one, or a little bit more experimental in relationships and with things that they deal with. I think they're both bad. I think they're both. They have a lot of ideas that they come up with, heavy ideas, but I feel like the May ones trying to make practical use out of their ideas, and they're able to focus more on trying to accomplish something than the June ones. It's a little bit harder for them to stay on focus. I do believe that the June ones will definitely spaz out on you quicker than the May ones will. The June Geminis are more fluent with communication, and they're probably going to be more of the ones that's going to let you know how they feel about something right then. It may not be emotional or overly emotional displays. They may hold a lot of that back, and they may tend to do things like give you gifts, do favors for you, be there to show up at events or things of that nature. I feel like both of them do that. Like with the gifts and stuff. But the June Geminis, they give a lot. The May ones, they will, but I feel like that's mostly with June Geminis. June Geminis are definitely more unpredictable. Okay, and it does depend on what other placements that you have, but I feel like the June Geminis are more unpredictable. They do not want to be controlled, period. Now, this is both of them, but the June ones definitely does not want to be controlled. You will see this when they are younger and they're coming up and they have sporadic behavior. They can do things. This is the things about Geminis, period. And I did a video on this. about, I can put it in the description box, 3 things about each sign that people don't usually say about these signs. And one is that Geminis are definitely leaders. Both of them. They don't portray themselves as that. They don't want to be that. And I feel like the reason why they don't want to be that makes them that. Okay. So, but the June Geminis are definitely going to be more expressive, and people are going to tend to follow them more. And when they find a voice or they find something that they passionate about, they're going to speak on it. It's very powerful. The words are very powerful, and people tend to listen. People really do listen to what Gemini say, to the point of where they take what they're saying personally. Both of them, like, I feel like this is what the June Geminis more could be verbally abusive to people if they're not careful. And this is not all, because you can't say all of one sign does anything. You get what I'm saying? But with the words, they can end your whole life. May and June Geminis can end your whole life with their words, because then the only other people that can do this is probably Virgo and Aquarius. But Geminis can be, I feel like Aquarius can be more harsher, but Geminis can just pretty much ruin your whole fantasy about what you think about. If you're feeling delusional about the way that your life is, they will destroy it. The way, think Kanye here. Not to mention, I kind of feel like, even though Kanye is somebody that I loved his music and stuff like that, I just feel like in a way he's taking a cop out at this point, because what he tried at first, he felt like he failed. He didn't produce what he wanted to. And because of that, he said, hey, I'm going to go over here in this direction. And that is why, I let people do what they want to do, what they feel like they're led to do. But I don't know, I can't 100% support him and on that, because I don't know if I'm buying it 100%. And then he also has a Pisces moon. So guys, yeah, that makes all the difference. But my point is this though. See, Geminis want things, and we usually have the power to get them with little effort. But whenever we can't produce that in the way that we want, we can just be very impatient, and we can just, it can definitely mess with our ego, especially the June Geminis, because they're going to be the ones that put themselves out there sporadically more and dive into what they want. I feel like the June Geminis are more misunderstood, because, and both May and June Geminis have this thing to where they voice their thoughts. And except for, I feel like the June ones are going to voice their thoughts more without really explaining it sometimes. And they forget a lot of times that other people are not in their headspace and in their mind space to where they understand what they're talking about. And that's where a lot of misunderstandings come from. Even with the Kanye thing. To be honest with you, I got what he said when he made certain comments, because I heard Harriet Tubman say the same thing. Okay. But the way that he said it, and the fact that he really didn't explain himself and what he meant, and that rubbed people the wrong way. But there was a lot of truth in what he said. But what happens, like I said, when Gemini say things, they put other people's lives in the blender. And I feel like with maturation, they're able to develop, both of them are able to develop their communication skills and what they're trying to bring across in a more beneficial way, to where people can truly understand where they're coming from, and they can teach. They both can teach very well. But this is the thing. I feel like the May ones are more practical teachers. Like, they're going to teach, but they want to give you ways to solve your problems, or the ways that you can apply the information. The June ones, they're going to want to just put the information out there, and they could care less how you apply the information. Okay. So yeah, and I want to see the differences in relationships real quick before I stop. The May ones in relationships, they're neither one of them really wants to be controlled or told what to think, but I feel like the May ones are less restless in relationships. The June ones are more restless. Like, they like to have interaction and stimulation. They both can take withdrawn times away from people. Like, they could disappear. Okay. And they want to be able to come back like nothing happened, because it's not something that they're purposely doing. They have to withdraw their energy. It's too much. It's too much going on mentally, and they don't understand when people react to them or respond to them in a way that makes them feel like the person has a problem with the way that they're showing up. They both can flip out on you. They both can completely flip out on you. And when people say flip, it ain't about switching sides. It's about flipping on you because you're about to see the other side of me. Okay. Geminis are the less, I just find some other signs phony. Okay. I have to go here because I hear too many people doing videos on Geminis. They don't know what they're talking about. Especially like when you hear a water sign person categorize a Gemini, it's always like the Gemini is so flighty. Please. And just so they can't feel deep, and they don't know where we're coming from because they're not deep, when they the ones, y'all, hey, everybody else, listen, you go ahead and tune out, because this is between the gems here. And they the ones that it's phony with the way that they're showing up sometimes, because they can't really bring what they really want to say and their true selves. It's always, well, what this other person is feeling and all this stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like, all this stuff that's getting in the way. I'm not calling them all phony, but I'm just saying, like, we be looking at other people that, like, that's fake. You're just being fake right now. I'm being me. And they're not really that deep. I've realized that. Like, it's just their feelings is being attended to. They're not really that deep. Because with some of these people, when you try to have a deeper conversation with them, they can't even go there. They can't even continue the conversation with you. Like, they stop. They don't have the ability to. So deep, oh my God. Honey, some of these people don't know what deep is. You don't know what deep is until you know an air sign, really. And then we get this bad rap of being like, oh, you're being emotional and this and that. And it's like, nah, like, I am about to tell you my opinion, first of all. And because I don't have to sugarcoat that. And not only that, I can tell how I'm feeling. And it doesn't have to be in a romancy way. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about we don't really be in that romancy type mood. Like, I'm about to wine and dine you up. Like, I'm about to make you feel this way and that way. Oh, you just this fabulous. You great. I love you. We down. We riding. What? You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you have a problem with. And nobody who gets deeper than an Aquarius. Like, an Aquarius can lose their minds going so deep. And I'm not going to go there. I'm going to say that for their video because I already did a video on them. But I'm just saying, like, with us, it's just like, man, it is what it is. I don't want to, if I don't feel like dealing with you today, I'm not going to deal with you today. It ain't nothing that you going to do to make me do so. And when I do try to talk to you, you don't want to listen because you tune out. If it ain't about you, if it ain't about what you got going on, it don't matter. It ain't important. If I'm not playing your little feel game, oh, it's a problem. And see, you got my other twin. See, I almost flipped, but I'm going to bring myself back because we're talking about the differences between May Geminis and June Geminis. Oh, and we both both sides, both months, we like to rant. And you can't make us stay on topic because we don't have to. I'm Butterfly to Light. Like, share, and subscribe. The differences between May Geminis and June Geminis. Boom.